My name is Officer Nestor Quinones. I've been employed here with the Gilroy Police Department for 18 years. So the main reason why we're here is for adult school crossing guard. These are guidelines. Is to remember they're not laws, they're not set in stone, so every school operates differently. But what are we going to be talking about here today? How to safely crossing the street, the rules of the adult crossing guards, the crossing procedures for a variety of situations, which is a unsignalized crosswalk, a signalized crosswalk, when 2 or more adult school crossing guards are needed, and the biggest one when an emergency situation arises. So the role of the adult school crossing guard, their primary responsibility is to help the children safely cross the street as they walk or bicycle to school. So a well-trained crossing guard can help accomplish the following goals. They discourage children from behaving unsafely near traffic, such as darting into the street without looking or crossing against a traffic signal. A crossing guard uses existing gaps in traffic to help students cross safely. And then a crossing guard may need to create gaps by stopping traffic temporarily. The guard also stops traffic with a hand signal or a stop paddle, then verbally directs children to cross the street. The guard is always the first person in the street and the last person out of the street. So they alert motorists that pedestrians are in the process of using the school crossing. They observe and report any incidents or conditions that are present as potential safety hazard to the school children or the guard. So you go out there and all of a sudden there's something that you know is going to be a problem. Yeah, it's the responsibility of the guard to report these incidents. So an adult school crossing guard should not direct traffic unless specifically trained as a traffic control officer. So you send a car, another person is thinking it's my turn, they go and crash. Now what do you think they're going to say? The crossing guard told me to go, and this guy over here is going to say, I had the right of way. That's why your job is to cross the children, not direct traffic. And because once you're out of the crosswalk, you're up on the sidewalk, cars and drivers know what to do. You let them deal with it. Okay, so the adult school crossing guard are the eyes on the street for unsafe driver behaviors, unsafe pedestrian behaviors, because not everybody crossing the crossing guard is going to be a kid. You may get some parent that what? Oh, I don't need to wait for you. They just want to go across, and it happens. And unlawful parking, you're going to get, and that happens all the time. And then does it interfere with your crossing? Yes. So construction interfering with safe crossing, unsafe crossing conditions, or street conditions, damaged signs that you see out there, poor visibility, suspicious activity, improper lack of safety belt or bicycle helmet use. How does that happen? You just, same thing, report it to the office, or if your office says, you're totally capable of doing this, you can call the traffic unit here, report it. So the proper use of your safety equipment, the proper use would be, you hold your stop, and it's either down, or we're going to use it. It's either down, or we're going to use it. It's not twirling it around, throwing it up in the air, making it spin, and see how many times I can make it flip and try to grab it by the handle. Why? Because people are going to look at you and they're going to go, especially adults. So if a guard is equipped with a two-way radio or a cell phone, they must be used in emergencies only. A guard should never answer the phone or radio while crossing children. And there's some agencies, which the agency could be the school, they prohibit the use of cell phones to avoid distractions. And okay, this is the one that everybody wants to know about. When an emergency situation arises, in the case of an emergency, the guard must stay at his or her post, keeping control of the situation, and use the following basic procedures to ensure the children's safety. First one is stop crossing children. Group the children away from the street to maintain control. Remain at the signpost with the children. Ask several people to call 911. Do not move the victim unless the victim is in serious and immediate danger of being struck by another vehicle. See, you can use a vehicle to block the crash victim from traffic if necessary. Then you notify a supervisor as soon as possible on any emergency that occurred. In every situation, the guard uses the proper search pattern for crossing the street and encourage pedestrians to follow these safety steps. 1, so you always stop at the curb or edge of the street. You look left, right, then left again for traffic. You look over your shoulder for possible turning vehicles if the pedestrian is standing at an intersection. The intersection is a corner. That's an intersection. You walk directly across the street at a consistent pace and continue scanning the street while crossing the street. So a guard enters the street in the following sequence. They wait for a gap in traffic on the guard's side of the street. If the gap in traffic doesn't happen, you create it. You face the closest oncoming traffic and make eye contact with the approaching drivers. You walk to the center of the street with the paddle held high. Where there are more than 2 lanes, enter the street and alert the traffic 1 lane at a time. And then face opposite approaching traffic and make eye contact with those drivers. Stand on the crosswalk line close to the center of the street and make sure that all traffic has stopped, including any turning vehicles, because you can see them. Face the intersection. You'll see the person in the drawing, how you face the intersection. That means you face traffic, because where's the danger coming from? The intersection. Verbally instruct the children to cross and tell them, look left, look right, look left while crossing, and proceed to cross the street within the marked crosswalk. Do not allow any cars to cross the crosswalk until all the students have crossed. And remain in the center of the street until the last child reaches the opposite side of the street. Then you're going to walk to the curb or edge of the street with the stop sign paddle held high the entire way. When you're back at the curb or edge of the street, you're going to lower your hand and allow traffic to flow again. So and then you remain on the curb or the edge of the street for the next group of children to assemble. So a signalized crosswalk. That's what? Where you have a walk signal. So you enter the street only with a walk signal. That means there's a light there. Boom. You have your stop paddle held high, stand on the crosswalk line closest to the intersection, face the oncoming traffic, make eye contact with the drivers who are attempting to turn. Verbally instruct the students to begin their search, left, right, left, and over their shoulders for turning traffic. Tell the students to continue walking if the signal changes to flashing don't walk. Do not allow children to start crossing at this time. Help the students learn that flashing don't walk means don't start. So wait for the students to reach the opposite side of the street. Return to the curb or edge of the street with your stop paddle held high. Reaching the curb or edge guard can lower his or her arm and allow traffic to flow again. So you're always going to come out. You're going to look both ways. Remember the steps are left, right, left, and then again, since the intersection is here for cars that are turning right, and I would look back over my shoulder, and I would hold the stop sign out. I'd step into traffic, and I would tell the kids, I'm standing right here. I face the traffic, and then I tell them, okay, go ahead and cross. Remember, look left, look right, and scan all the time as you're crossing. And then I'm watching the intersection actively for both ways and other cars. And now I am looking into the intersection. Now I walk back holding the sign. Once I'm on the sidewalk or curb, then I lower it. So we're going to do the 4-lane crossing. 4 lanes or more, how you were crossing. So the 2 of you, she only has me. You have 3 more. So you would initiate the crossing, and you're only going to block halfway because we're going to pretend there's 2 lanes going that direction. So you only walk to your half, go ahead, and you would communicate to her that you're going to go right now because there's no cars, and you would stop right there. You would be blocking the intersection, she steps out, and now you tell them. And I'd be crossing, so I would look left, I would look right. You would control your 2 lanes coming, you control the 2 lanes coming, and we would cross. So, the primary role of an adult school crossing guard is to guide the children safely across the street. The children remain responsible for their own safety. So in this manner, a guard plays another key function. They're a role model helping children develop the skills necessary to cross the street safely at all times.